is no limit to what we as women can accomplish. Good morning, everyone. On the occasion of International Women's Day, it is my immense pleasure and honor to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our school Katwa, Miss Anna Jambal, JKS Tahsildar Nadi, Dr. Renu Gupta, former principal, APS Damana, Engineer Nirmaljeet Singh, Chairman, APS. We also have a special guest with us, Captain Jyoti Sharma, ex-army officer who has also given his services with State Bank of India. I would like to welcome our admin and our Vice Principal, Damanpreet Kaur.
जब एक दिया जलता है तो सिर्फ रोशनी नहीं उम्मीद भी जलती है। To invoke positivity and divine blessings, I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony. कभी कमजोर नहीं पड़ी। अनेक विपदाएं आई, जीवन साथी का सहारा छूट गया, पुत्र को खो दिया, लेकिन कमजोर नहीं पड़ी। हमेशा अपने परिवार की ढाल बनकर उनकी रक्षा की, समाज में बदलाव लाने की सोच रखी, गरीबी, अनपढ़ता जैसे सामाजिक बुराइयों को दूर कर समाज में एकता और शिक्षा का प्रचार प्रसार करने का उनका दृष्टिकोण समाज को शिक्षित बनाकर फिर से नए समाज का निर्माण करने की प्रेरणा का परिणाम करतार जी। मैं बात कर रही हूं इंजीनियर निर्मलजीत सिंह जी की, स्वर्गीय दादी सरदारनी करतार कौर जी, जिनके नाम से इस स्कूल की शुरुआत की गई। यह अपने परिवार के लिए प्रेरणा का स्रोत रही। इन्होंने मुश्किल परिस्थितियों का सामना एक महिला होने के बावजूद बड़ी निडरता के साथ किया और हमेशा अपने परिवार को अच्छे और सच्चे
मैं नारी हूँ, झुकना मेरी फितरत में नहीं। मैं नारी हूँ, झुकना मेरी फितरत में नहीं। मैं शक्ति हूँ, रुकना मेरी किस्मत में नहीं। So ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate the unstoppable spirit of women with a huge round of applause. फूल सिर्फ सुंदरता का प्रतीक नहीं होते, वो सम्मान और आदर का प्रतीक होते हैं। Now, I request our respected chairman sir and principal ma'am to present bouquet as welcome token to our esteemed dignitary, Mrs. Manjeet Kaur, SSP Police Training School, Katwa, Miss Arna Kaur, CPS Tasneemar Nabi, Dr. Vino Gupta, Former Principal, ATS Command. Let's welcome them with a thunderous round of applause.
A great leader inspires, impars, and transforms lives. Now, it is my privilege to invite our respected principal, Mrs. Harpreet Kaur, for the welcome address. Ma'am, the stage is all yours.
हर दिन आता है एक याद लेकर, हर दिन जाता है एक याद लेकर, और आज का दिन बहुत ही खास है जो लेकर आया है हम सबको एक साथ। Warm greetings to our esteemed guests, teachers and bright young students. Happy Women's Day and a very warm welcome to all of you. हम सब यहाँ विमेंस डे सेलिब्रेशन के लिए एकत्रित हुए हैं। आज ये दिन उन सभी महिलाओं के साहस, समर्पण, शक्ति और उपलब्धियों को सम्मान देने का दिन है, जिन्होंने समाज को आगे बढ़ाने में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई है। महिलाएं हमारे समाज की वह शक्ति हैं जो हर घर को प्रेम, संस्कार और प्रेरणा से भर देती हैं। एक बेटी के रूप में वह आशा होती है, एक बहन के रूप में वह सहारा होती है, एक माँ के रूप में ममता का सागर होती है। स्वर्गीय सरदारनी करतार में स्वर्गीय करतार सिंह जी से विवाह हुआ और 1947 के विभाजन के दौरान अपने जीवन साथी को खोने के उपरांत जीवन में कई उतार चढ़ाव देखते हुए जिन्होंने संयम और साहस के साथ अपने पूरे परिवार का मार्गदर्शन किया एवं करतार एजुकेशनल ट्रस्ट और करतार पब्लिक स्कूल की प्रेरणा स्रोत हैं, उनके चरणों में मेरा शत शत नमन। मिसेज मंजीत कौर जी, एसएसपी पुलिस ट्रेनिंग स्कूल कठुआ, मैं आपका हार्दिक स्वागत करती हूँ। समाज के प्रति समर्पण के लिए आप एक बड़ी प्रेरणा का स्रोत हैं। वेलकम यू मैम। मिस आना, हमारे बीच उपस्थित डॉक्टर रेणु गुप्ता जी का भी मैं विशेष रूप से इस कार्यक्रम में स्वागत करती हूँ। शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में आपका अनुभव और मार्गदर्शन हम सभी के लिए बहुत मूल्यवान है। वेलकम यू मैम। इंजीनियर निर्मलजीत सिंह जी, चेयरमैन करतार पब्लिक स्कूल, आज इस कार्यक्रम की शोभा बढ़ा रहे हैं, आपका भी वेलकम सर। एओ करतार पब्लिक स्कूल मिस्टर उपेंद्र सिंह बंदराल, वाइस प्रिंसिपल मिस दमनप्रीत कौर, आपका भी इस कार्यक्रम में स्वागत। मैं केपीएस टीम के साथ करती हूँ। आप सभी के अथक परिश्रम, समर्पण और सहयोग से ही ये विद्यालय निरंतर प्रगति की राह पर अग्रसर है। मैं यहाँ उपस्थित हमारी सभी प्यारी बेटियों का भी स्वागत करती हूँ। आप केवल इस विद्यालय का ही नहीं बल्कि हमारे समाज और हमारे देश का उज्जवल भविष्य हैं। आप सभी में असीम साहस और प्रतिभा है और हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि आप अपने जीवन में मेहनत, लगन और आत्मविश्वास से जीवन की नई ऊंचाइयां हासिल करेंगे। मैं इस अवसर पर सभी मीडिया बंधुओं का भी दिल की गहराइयों से स्वागत करती हूं और धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूं कि आप समाज की आवाज़ हैं। हम आपके सहयोग और समर्थन के लिए आपके दिल से आभारी हैं। विमेंस डे पर हम सभी को मिलकर हर नारी के सम्मान, अधिकार और सपनों को साकार करने का संकल्प लेना चाहिए। आज इस विशेष अवसर पर मैं सभी को ये संदेश देना चाहूँगी कि समाज की उन्नति केवल किसी एक के प्रयास से नहीं बल्कि स्त्री और पुरुष दोनों के समान सहयोग से संभव होती है। जब स्त्री और पुरुष मिलकर समानता, सम्मान और आगे बढ़ते हैं तब एक सशक्त है। तो मैं ये चाहूँगी कि हमारे देश में हर नागरिक कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर चले और देश की उन्नति में भागीदार बने। Once again, thank you and happy Women's Day to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those empowering words.
कहानियां सिर्फ दिल को नहीं छूती, वो को भी बदल देती हैं। Now, a round of applause.
नमस्कार, आज महिला दिवस के विशेष अवसर पर मैं आप सभी के साथ एक छोटी सी कहानी साझा करना चाहूँगी। कहते हैं इस दुनिया में सबसे कठिन नौकरी कौन सी है, जिसमें ना छुट्टी मिलती है, ना सैलरी, ना प्रमोशन, फिर भी हर दिन मुस्कुरा कर निभाई जाती है। वो है एक स्त्री की भूमिका। कभी आपने सोचा है अगर घर की स्त्री सिर्फ एक दिन की छुट्टी ले ले तो घर का क्या हाल होगा? आज मैं आपको इसी सवाल का जवाब देने वाली एक छोटी सी कहानी सुनाऊंगी जिसका नाम है एक दिन की छुट्टी। एक ऐसे घर की कहानी जो शायद हम सबके घरों जैसी ही थी। एक बार महिला सभी झट से मान गए। पापा बड़े आत्मविश्वास के साथ रसोई में गए, लगे चाय बनाने। फिर क्या था, चीनी ज्यादा डल गई और चाय पत्ती कम रह गई। और जब तक चाय बनी, रसोई का हाल ऐसे था जैसे कोई प्रयोगशाला फट गई हो। बच्चे हंस रहे थे, लेकिन मम्मी वो चुपचाप मुस्कुरा रही थी। बेटी ने छोटे भाई को तैयार करने की जिम्मेदारी ली थी। वे भी जल्दी भूल गई, जूते उल्टे पहना। मैं कोई सुपर वुमन नहीं हूँ, मैं भी थकती हूँ, मैं कभी कभी रोती भी हूँ, पर मैं रुकती नहीं हूँ क्योंकि मैं एक माँ हूँ और आप सभी मेरी दुनिया हैं। उस दिन पूरे परिवार को समझ आया कि घर दीवारों से नहीं चलता, घर फर्नीचर से भी नहीं चलता। घर चलता है एक स्त्री की उपस्थिति से, उसके त्याग से, उसके धैर्य से और उसके प्यार से। महिला दिवस सिर्फ एक दिन नहीं है, को धन्यवाद देने का अवसर है। साल के 365 दिन हम सबके लिए काम करती हैं। आइए आज हम संकल्प लें कि हम सब स्त्री का सम्मान करेंगे। सिर्फ आज नहीं, हर दिन करेंगे। आप सभी को महिला दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Sapna ma'am. That was truly powerful and thought-provoking. Let's again appreciate her with a huge round of applause. Today, we are honored by the gracious presence of strong and inspiring personalities. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Manjeet Kaur, Ms. Anna Jambal, Dr. Renu Gupta, and Mrs. Harpreet Kaur to the stage. Your dedication and leadership inspire us all. On its rising energy and give them a grand, thunderous round of applause. I would like to invite our Vice Principal, Ms. Damapreet Kaur, to hold the further proceedings.
Thank you, Ms. Shivani and Archana. Today we are here to celebrate women. Women who is the caregiver, the dreamer, the leader, the one who lifts others and finds her own strength. Once again, a warm welcome to all the dignitaries, teachers, and our future women to this TED Talk where we will celebrate, embrace, and get inspiration from these wonderful women. Before we head towards the event, I would like to empower this gathering with a beautiful poem dedicated to all the women sitting here. हे नारी, ना देखना तुम कभी औरों की नजरों से खुद को। हे नारी, ना देखना तुम कभी औरों की नजरों से खुद को, इस दुनिया के तौर तरीकों और रस्मों से खुद को, इस दुनिया के तौर तरीकों और रस्मों से खुद को। ये अहंकार भरी नजरें तुम्हें सच कहाँ दिखाएंगी, ये अहंकार भरी नजरें तुम्हें सच कहाँ दिखाएंगी। तुम असल में क्या हो तुम्हें कभी नहीं बताएंगी, तुम असल में क्या हो तुम्हें कभी नहीं बताएंगी। जो देखना हो खुद को, जो देखना हो खुद को तो मन की आंखों से देखना, जो देखना हो खुद को तो मन की आंखों से देखना। तुम ही रचयिता हो, तुम ही रचना हो, तुम ही धरती रचती हो, तुम ही दुर्गा हो। हे नारी तुम सर्वशक्ति हो, हे नारी तुम सर्वशक्ति हो। Here at this point, let's begin our this TED Talk with these wonderful women who carry their own strength, their own journey, and their own story. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you. So let's begin this interaction. Here we today are sitting as individuals who will communicate with each other, interact with each other. They are definitely a source of inspiration for all of us. So let's begin this talk with our respected SSP ma'am. We would love to hear your journey till now. Let's begin. I request SSP ma'am to kindly throw some light on her journey till now.
Morning to all of you. First of all, it's a pleasure being here. Thank you, KPS School, Madam, Sir, and all the ladies and young ladies also for having us here. First of all, I would like to compliment all the teachers. I have always admired them because they are always dressed up so well and they take the pride in celebrating the feminism which we all carry in every day with grace and poise. My congratulations to you on the coming Women's Day. For me, every day is a Women's Day because we not only live, we make others live, and it has been told so many times on the stage itself what we are and what we can do. Our strength is much, much beyond what a male can perceive of. So to begin with, as I'm told, I will tell my journey. Can you hear this? It's not echoing. Can you hear it properly? The kids? Everybody? I belong to a very small town which is called Baramulla, and I'm basically from Kashmir. So I was born in a family where we were 5 brothers and sisters, 1 brother and 4 sisters, and I was blessed to be born in that family because throughout my life, when we were growing up, we never felt a difference that I'm a daughter and my brother is a son. So the treatment which I got, same is was given to my brother. Until now that is carried all along. We were blessed again that we had a very good school there, that's called St. Joseph's School, St. Joseph's School, and it was a missionary school. We were taught there, and being small town, the connection to the big world was just the books, the classics which we read, being in convent, because English was very much of paramount importance, and we used to have like 5 books in 5th class itself. So took off was, I think, from the school itself, but because my father did not find a difference, so we were given the same treatment as that of boy. This I'm telling because I saw all around me at that time, my uncles, my mama, there was difference in their house. The boy was treated well and the girl was not treated well. That the schools were different. I never helped my mother while I was growing up, although we knew everything to do. But they helped with their parents or my mother. It's not that it's a privilege that not helping, but we were never told to do that. So I was topper all along. I was topper in 10th also in Baramulla itself. And so all the brothers and sisters are very well placed. My brother is engineer from REC. He's REC pass out, which is like NIT nowadays. My sister again is engineer. One of my sisters is quite great, but she was married earlier in life, like 21, 22 years, so she was a homemaker, and my younger sister is a teacher. So everybody is very well placed. I think it depends on family itself. First, I must say that. Besides that, what you can do, what you think of doing it, and how you perceive it. Then it was a bit hampered when migration started, and at that time we shifted to Jammu, and the weather was harsh for us. Things were different. But at that time, that was a crucial years of my life when we have to look at our career. I wanted to be a doctor, but because of the change of this place and environment, and didn't know what to do, where to go, the metadose, the environment, everything was so bad that I must say bad because the difference is too much. So that went well. I gave my exam, I was dropped by just one word. The cutoff was like 169, I got 160. So there, the dream of being a doctor was dropped, and then the next journey started, and I'm an agriculture graduate, which again I'm a gold medalist in my graduation degree, and I gave my KS examination, and I was married at that time. Again, I got a good family after my marriage. Also, my parents both are parent-in-laws, both are doctors. They have served here also in Katua for like 8-9 years. And then I think in 2001 I cleared the exam and since then I'm a police officer. I must tell you that when I was looking at the departments, when I filled my form and I was looking which department to opt for because I wanted to do something different. So I put the police at third place. First was like junior scale, second was revenue and third was police. And I got a very good rank, so I got police. And I must tell you, I'm very happy to be here. And when I was, I think, I am the first person from the Kashmir side, first Sikh girl to get this KS exam after school. The celebrations were very much, and it was like, I don't know, I didn't feel that much, but the families felt so good. And I think this is again a blessing that I was placed in a place where you can really help somebody, you can inspire others, you are judged at times when something happens and somebody in need comes to you with these grievances and problems, and you are there, the first person to solve them. So life had been like that. The order, as DSP became, we were in roads all the time, and then we came to this position like SSP, and we are at the policy maker level. I think it's again time they have placed somebody in police training school. This is again they feel a very important job that women cannot do it. But because I was very good in my training also, and I had that grace which I carried all along. I think my officers found it very well placed, so they placed me here as principal police training school. I've been to a lot of places. I've served in Leh Ladakh also, and then traffic also. I've been in Riyasi. I never thought कि कहीं बाहर नहीं जाना है. So I kept my options open. I felt, and my hobbies are like, I must say I'm very multi-talented. I know everything. I'm jack of all trades, maybe master of none, but I can design, I can paint, I have very good aesthetic sense. I design clothes also, and I do all the type of artwork. I cook, I name it a thing and I know it. so this is it. Besides, I have a son. He's in his final year of engineering. I have a very good spouse. My husband is very good, always helping, and we are very good friends also. Like, your husband should be your good friend, otherwise life is like hell. This is what it is, I think. Thank you so much. If somebody has to ask something, she can.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for beginning with such an inspirational journey. Now, heading towards Miss Anna Jamal, ma'am. Please, ma'am, share your journey till now.
A very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I'd like to thank Mr. Nirmalji and Ma'am Manpreet for inviting me here. It is a privilege for me to be sharing stage with women who are so wonderful and far ahead of me in experience. So, personally, I look up to Ma'am so much, and she started her journey when I was probably in class 1. So, there is not much to say about my journey after she has elaborately told hers, but I'll still try to be very honest with you. I come from a village named Raipur in Jammu district, and I am the eldest daughter. because I thought that I can take up humanities later maybe, but not science and laboratory and equipment and all of those things that I wanted to do later in life, so I did science. After that, I chose to work in the private sector for about 3 years, and then simultaneously I appeared in the JPSC exam, and thankfully I could secure rank 6 in JNK. After that, this is my first district actually, and my second posting. It is almost 3 years into this service, and I look forward to serving people. I used to work in the private sector because I thought that there is so much competition when it comes to entrance exams, and I don't want to be part of the rat race. And competition is so cutthroat, and there is no edge. So I used to get demotivated with respect to that. But then I also realized while working that I think I'm not a person who can work with a mindset of like just profit making. It made me feel like a cog in the wheel in the corporate sector. Although it was wonderful, there were wonderful opportunities. So I really had a shift in mind that I need to do where I'm directly able to work for people. That was the reason that I had like a very decisive shift in my life with respect to career. And at the moment, I have a people-facing role, and it offers me the opportunity to take care of a lot of people in a lot of ways, not just hardcore administrative ways or ways like you actually become the face of the government at the grassroots level. So it offers you the opportunity to have that interpersonal platform to interact with people and actually take interest and be there for them no matter what the situation is, in peaceful times, in times of crisis, disaster, whatever it may be. So I love working for people, and I look forward to engaging better and working more whatever I get the opportunity to work on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I further request Dr. Renu Gupta, ma'am, to share her journey with us.
A very good afternoon to all. My thanks to the chairman and the principal of the school. It's always pleasure to be here with the staff and the dignitaries sitting here. And above all, my dear lovely girls sitting over there. A very happy Women's Day to all. But I being certain before I start my journey, because my journey is little longer, it's 67 years of my life. So I take little longer, so be with me throughout because it is very interesting and motivating journey. I started my I was blessed that I was born in a middle class family. My father was working in the railways. He retired as a station superintendent, Jammu Tawi. I did my graduation, masters, MPhil, the doctorate in political science from the University of Jammu. In between, I was married to Dr. Vinod Gupta. He was a leading politician of Jammu in the year 1982. I was blessed with 2 daughters. They are married now, settled outside Jammu. I have an experience of teaching in various government colleges of Jammu and one of the day boarding school. I am talking of year 1990 to 99. Then I was doing my, submitting my thesis at that time. 2000 I joined Army Public School. That was a turning point in my life with
But there is a fear that when after merging, what will happen to me? Whether I will lose my identity. Okay? And what will happen? I will no longer be a river. But river has to merge. And that was a turning point. I also thought that yes, in any case, I have to expand myself. Whatever I have to give back to the society in any form. Okay? And then I started writing for the newspapers. Whatever I experienced, that life of a journey that gives you lessons also. And then whatever, it is not the end of a journey, it is beginning of a new chapter altogether. I started writing for the students, for the parents, for the teachers. And then I realized, yes, that is what I have learned from that poem, that it has expanded my wings. Okay? I was able to cope up with the grief. I healed myself, and now today, as I am sitting in front of you, I am a CBSE resource person. I started my own small institute, Rise You. That is a soft skills institute, because in between at the age of 65, was on the soft skills also. If the courage is given to life, in return, life gives you that strength. Okay? So that is what we have to learn from our life. So this was my life journey in front of you, though it was a 67 years, which I cannot summarize, but I have tried my best to summarize, and this message is for you everybody, that take this life as a journey. So if we are celebrating this Women's Day, we are not celebrating women, we are celebrating the journeys, we are celebrating the strength, we are celebrating their courage. So that is how we have passed on through this journey of life.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks to all the three wonderful ladies, those who have shared their life journeys. Just a simple question to three of you. Are you proud to be a woman?
Any day.
I think if I ever have a choice to pick a gender for myself, despite the fact that it is difficult being a woman, but I thoroughly enjoy being a woman, so I any day pick a woman.
Can you highlight in one line, and what is that thing that makes you proud that you are a woman?
It's not about, proud of being a woman. It's just that firstly I've only experienced being a woman, so I can't. But whatever I have been given by God, I have been very accepting of it, and I realize the essence of being a woman and how beautiful it is. So I would choose it over and over again. And like your inner self, the way you perceive the world, the way you see things, the way you experience things, and the way you move in a flow, like Ma'am said, you need to experience life in a flow at times because you can't control. The way I see like if I have to, narrow down the essence of the gender, I feel like masculinity is, let's say, like a mountain. It's supposed to be rigid, strong, and the feminine energy is like a river, and they both have strength. We know rocks have strength, but we do not acknowledge enough the strength of water in a flow. It can cut mountains. At the same time, it's so beautiful and soft that it works by itself. It like moves and flows by itself, but it can cut through the mountain and it has to.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, taking over to Devi, ma'am.
There is no doubt in that. When I look back, the time when we were in the school and the colleges, okay, at that
requesting audience to please get up and ask whatever your heart feels to ask from our wonderful ladies. You may ask anyone.
Good afternoon all. So my question is for Mrs. Manjeet Kaur. Ma'am, how have you successfully improved the safety and accessibility of police for children and women?
Can you repeat the question, please? Sorry.
Ma'am, how have you successfully improved the safety and accessibility of police for children and women?
What's your name?
My name is Amya Sharma.
Amya?
Amya Sharma.
Amya, laws are there. We are the implementers of law. So, since you talk about women and children, laws, just a year and a half back, the laws have been changed. We are with new criminal laws, and the IPC, they have been changed to Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. We call it that also. You should also know that. Read that also. Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita and Sakshya Adhiniyam. Means these are all laws. These have been changed. Besides that, new laws have come up, especially for women and children. Have you heard about POXO? No. So this is what I was talking to your principal, that I would really like to take lectures on this. You should be aware of your rights. What is, I'm sure you have been told about good touch, bad touch. If you don't report anything, then there is, how could I help you? Or how could any police women or police officers help you in that? So, first of all, you should be aware what are your rights, where the limit should end, and where your standing up against that should be there, right? So, since the laws are there, we get the complaint and we do according to what the procedures and rules are. But besides that, deterrence is always there. Most of the time what happens, in our time there used to be the boy and they were used to sing songs, whistle and this has gone now. Now you are stopped online, females are stopped online, kids, little girls are stopped online. So there is, unless and until you people report it, we won't be able to do anything. Right? This is for all females also. Even there is a law that is called POSH, Prevention of Sexual Harassment at Workplace. Anywhere, if you have the school, you should have a committee headed by a chairperson. So, whoever finds that he or she is not treated well or sexually colored remarks, anything is there, you can report that. And then the second authority is DC office. So every office should have that. You should all be aware of this. I think I'm ready to take a lecture to aware you of this subject. Okay. So things are there and they are working very well. But unless and until you are ready to fight, nobody is there to fight for you. पहले खुद खड़े हो जाओ लड़ने के लिए, फिर ही कुछ हो सकता है. Are you satisfied? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Heading over to the next question.
Good afternoon to the all esteemed dignitaries. My name is Mahi from class 8 and my question is for Dr. Ellingham. So ma'am, we often face criticism that can make us feel sad and lose confidence. So what are the
whether that is a criticism or something which is in our favor. Okay? We should be able to decide. Secondly, what I feel that you have to develop your skills. Okay? And once we are able to analyze the right and the wrong, we are able to select the correct perspective. Because correct perspective depends on our thinking. Okay? Now, these days we are talking of metacognition. Alright? This is a new term, but we should think what we are thinking, how we are thinking, the way we are thinking. If we apply this in our mind, I think we'll be above this criticism, this negativity. Everything will be positivity for us, and we'll see the positive from each and everything, and we'll try to improve further. If we see that something somewhere is not going in our favor, develop that skill, do the SWOT analysis, and just improve upon. Alright, that should be your positive.
Thank you, ma'am. That's really inspiring.
माही, आप क्यों उदास हो रहे हैं बताओ?
मैम, इन सब केसेस में कुछ गलत मुझे समझ नहीं आता है. So the other persons may criticize me, and I'm a person that can do so much of it कि मैं बाद में जवाब दे सकूंगी कि यार वो क्या बोल रहे थे मेरे बारे में, उन्होंने क्यों बोला वो मेरे बारे
देखो, आपके पास अपने कंक्लूजन है. Anybody else जिसको लगता है हम सैड हो जाते हैं, गर्ल्स स्पेशली, यंग गर्ल्स?
The way it is like it is overthinking. They think that they are recorded.
देखो मेरी बात सुनो, आप जिस एरा में रह रहे हो ना, उसमें दुश्मन है वह सोशल मीडिया. ठीक है, इसको ध्यान रखिए. That's why I want to add. Sorry ma'am, I am just तो सोशल मीडिया में आप कुछ अपना पोस्ट करते हो, उस पर लाइक्स नहीं आते हैं, आप सैड हो जाते हैं. बहुत लाइक्स आ गए और किसी ने कुछ बुरा लिख दिया, तब भी सैड हो जाते हैं. कौन है वो भाई? Who is the machine? कौन है वो? आपको लिमिट नहीं पता है कि कहाँ पे क्या जा सकता है. अपना ध्यान रखो. ठीक है? सोशल मीडिया पे he is or she is not your friend. मे बी वो अपने आप को she पोस्ट कर रहा है, या वो होगा भी नहीं. फिर आप क्या करेंगे? और आप ट्रस्ट करेंगे और फिर कहीं ना कहीं फिर और सैड करेंगे. है ना? एक मेरी बात सुनिए, गलती अगर कोई हो भी जाए, ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन, योर पेरेंट्स आर ऑलवेज देयर. उनसे आप गलती भी करोगे, थोड़ी सी डांट पड़ेगी, डांटनी पड़ेगी, बट दे हैव अ सॉल्यूशन फॉर एवरीथिंग. आप सब सुन रहे हो? ठीक है ना? तो आपने जब भी कभी कुछ होना है, देखो आजकल क्या हो रहा है, हम देख रहे हैं सुसाइड्स कितने हो रहे हैं. इट्स अ वेरी बैड वर्ड, मुझे इसको बोलने में भी बड़ा बुरा लगता है, लेकिन कितने हो रहे हैं. रीजन क्या है? कितने पेटी रीजन है कि पीछे. तो गर्ल्स आर स्ट्रॉन्ग, बॉयज आर नॉट. लेकिन कोई भी ट्रिगर हो सकता है. यू शुड हैव वेरी गुड फ्रेंड्स, ट्रस्टिंग फ्रेंड्स, और छोड़ दो फ्रेंड्स को, पेरेंट्स. योर पेरेंट्स आर योर बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स. आप जो भी कर लो, अच्छा करो, बुरा करो, लेकिन टेल योर पेरेंट्स. आप कभी सैड नहीं हो, और एटीट्यूड ऐसा रखो, बाहर में जाओ सारे. ठीक है? फॉर यू ओवर थिंकिंग छोड़ दो.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your golden word, I
half of humanity. First of all, she doesn't need to bring anything at the table. She pulls the entire existence of you from herself for the table. Specifically, a female. He had said, she feels too much, she's too sensitive, or she gets very upset about criticism. I think that females have very high emotional quotient. You can observe it all around you. You would realize that women comprise major workforce in the education sector and in the medical sector, because that is something that comes very natural to her. There are other fields that women are doing great, like let's say wrestling or whatever, mechanical engineering and all. But those are the fields where women have to claw her way into it, work very hard, prove so much. But medical and education, I feel, is so in tune with how a woman has a natural flair for. Why? Because her EQ is very high. When you are in the education sector, let's say you are young ladies, sometimes you don't know how to think, you don't know how you are going, you don't understand what the very good intuition towards understanding. Not only themselves to detail, they are such leaders and implementation also is very impeccable for women. And the best thing that I've now observed is that women are underconfident. No matter how brilliant you are, compared to your male counterpart, women are actually underconfident. And I'll tell you how. So let's say there are two people, a man and a woman, and both of them have equal caliber, let's say hypothetically. And there's a task that needs to be done. In most of the cases I've observed is that a man would say कि मैं 100 बोल रही हूँ, मैं 120 करके दिखा दूँगा. और जो फीमेल होगी ना वो बोलेगी कि शायद 100 नहीं हो पाएगा, 80 तक करके I'll be able to do, very underconfident. But when it will be delivered, she will deliver 110. But the other person might deliver 90 after promising 120. So this is something that it is very practically I have observed. Not that I'm saying there are good workers, they are good. It depends on person to person. But the general tendency that I've realized is that women tend to undermine themselves because they get questioned a lot. When you walk into a room and mostly they are men, men don't realize that she might be uncomfortable, she might feel that she doesn't belong, or women like her and her, they have walked these rooms, they have walked such places, and at that time when women, there were not many opportunities. Now I'm here, still we discuss so many things and we realize that many things have actually not changed, they are still the same. Even though the number of women has increased, even the entry barriers have decreased, there is fair entry barrier in every field, still there is so much required to again prove yourself and then keep proving yourself again and again. But nobody is asking your counterparts to prove. Nobody is judging your counterparts the same way. So I really believe that your strength is your emotional quotient, your intuition, intelligence, your work ethic, all of that is there. I'm not going to talk much about it. I'm talking about the extra strengths that you have. You have all that the other person has, but this is more that you have. So just because you want to prove somebody else wrong, don't underplay what you have additionally. Was that the answer to your question? Thank you for taking the call. You can ask. Anything, be comfortable. I'm
लड़के में खुश हैं, मैंने उसको कभी अकेले नहीं छोड़ा। ये हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। लेकिन जब वो बड़ा हुआ, पहले उसको उसके बारे में बताया, ठीक है, फिर उसके जब थोड़ा और बड़ा हुआ फिर फीमेल्स के बारे में बताया कि व्हाट फीमेल इज व्हाट मेल इज, बताना जरूरी है। हमारे यहाँ हर चीज़ पर बात करना टैबू है, और टैबू ही है ना। और हमने क्या किया, जब हमारी बेटियां पैदा हुई हमने उनको बोला इनको तो झांसी की रानी बनाना है, लड़कों को छोड़ दिया। ये भी बहुत गलत किया हमारी जनरेशन, मानेंगे आप सब मुझे, आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं। तो उससे क्या है कि लड़कियां हमने तेज कर दी, लड़कियां बहुत स्मार्ट है आज की डेट में, लड़के थोड़े मुझे लगता है डाउन जा रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है एक बैलेंस हमें बनाना बहुत ज़रूरी है। अगर लड़कों को कल को वाइफ की हेल्प करे, ये अब सोसाइटी ऐसी हो रही है कि लड़का लड़की दोनों काम कर रहे हैं तो घर में भी काम करे, पर हम लड़कियों को कुछ सिखाई ही नहीं। लड़कों को भी सिखाइए, लड़कियों को भी सिखाइए। जो हमारा काम है होम मेकर का, वो छोड़ तो सकते हैं। मैं आज के अगर यूनिफॉर्म में भी घर जाऊंगी, माय हस्बैंड इज हियर, मैं बोल के आई हूँ खाना क्या बनेगा और क्या खाना है, तो मैं अपना काम तो छोड़ नहीं सकती, ठीक है ना। तो ये हमारा जो बैलेंस है मेंटेन करना है। तो सोसाइटी को कभी हम देखिए, हम हमारे बच्चों को पता होगा कि लड़ना कैसे तभी होगा। ये नहीं कि हर चीज से लड़ जाओ, वो भी नहीं है, एक बैलेंस ही बनाना है ना। अब आप कह रहे हैं आपका रोल क्या है एज टीचर, आपका बहुत 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 रोल है। मुझे लगता है हम जो आज यहाँ पे बैठे अपने किसी न किसी टीचर की वजह से बैठे हैं, और वो फिंगर्स पे हमारे पास नाम है ना। उसने हमें इंस्पायर उस टाइम में उसने किया, उसने इसने किया, और हम यहाँ पहुँच गए। तो मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्पेक्ट है मुझे टीचर्स के लिए, जितने भी टीचर्स हैं। मेरी छोटी सिस्टर भी टीचर है, तो उसको भी मैं देखती हूँ ना, मुझे उसके लिए भी बहुत रिस्पेक्ट है। बिकॉज जो आप लोग करते हो ना, बेशक थोड़ा सा हम कम मानते हैं, हमारी सोसाइटी टीचर कहते हैं कुछ नहीं बने तो टीचर बन गया, ऐसा नहीं है। टीचर इज समथिंग जिन्होंने हमें बनाया ना, कैसे कैसे। तो आप सबको मुझे प्रणाम है, आप सबको। आप जो पढ़ाएंगे, आप जो सोचेंगे, जो आपकी सोच होगी, यही इन बच्चों में जाएगा। थैंक यू सो मच मैम।
If I may add something to that, आप पूछते हो कि क्या रोल रहेगा। आई थिंक एक बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट एडिशनल चीज़ जो इम्पोर्टेंट मुझे लगती है वो ये भी है कि आपका डिमीनर, आपका बिहेवियर, आपका जो सब, एक आपका जो रैपो है बच्चों के साथ, वो इस इक्वेशन का होना चाहिए कि अगर कोई बच्चा, गॉड फॉरबिड ऐसा किसी के साथ ना हो, बट अगर कोई बच्चा किसी भी तरीके का और किसी भी लेवल का स्ट्रगल कर रहा है, उस बच्चे में इतना फेथ हो कि मैं इस इंसान के पास जाऊंगा, अपनी तकलीफ बताऊंगा और ये सुनेंगे, मुझे वापस नहीं भेजेंगे, मुझे चुप नहीं कराएंगे। मुझे लगता है कि ये एक बहुत ज़रूरी चीज़ है। और मुझे याद है मैं बहुत छोटी थी, आई थिंक आई वाज 13 ईयर्स की होंगी, और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जितनी भी लेडीज इस रूम में भी बैठी होंगी और ऊपर भी, पर्सनली सबका अपना पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस है। मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई भी फीमेल ऐसी अनटच गई है जिसके साथ कोई गलत हरकत नहीं हुई, और मल्टीपल टाइम्स। और एज एन एडोलेसेंट, एज ए टीनेजर, दैट स्टिंग्स द मोस्ट, क्योंकि बड़े होकर आपको नेविगेट करना आ जाता है, पब्लिक प्लेस नेविगेट करना आ जाता है, एक रूम नेविगेट करना आ जाता है, आप समझ जाते हो। पर ये एडिशनल सीख तो हमें खुद ही करनी। ज़्यादा भीड़ वाली जगह मत जाओ, पीछे वाली सीट्स पे बैठो, गंदे एक्सपीरियंस से सीखने लग जाते हो। और जब वो सारी एनर्जी, मेंटल एफर्ट सारे लोग अपने करियर में डाल रहे हैं, अपने मेंटल फैकल्टी में डाल रहे हैं, हमको अपने सर्वाइवल और सस्टेनेंस के ऊपर भी काम करना पड़ रहा है। आई डोंट थिंक सो हम इतना कुछ करते हैं, कितना अननेसेसरी एफर्ट हमें डालना पड़ता है। उसमें भी अगर मैं नैरो डाउन करूँ, मुझे लगता है कि यंग गर्ल्स जो बहुत फॉर्मेटिव एज में हैं, उनके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि उनके जो पेरेंट्स हैं, मदर हो या फादर हो, उनके वो एक फेथ डेवलप करना। स्ट्रिक्ट पेरेंट होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, आई अंडरस्टैंड, मतलब वो बिल्कुल सही है, बट स्ट्रिक्टनेस के अलावा बच्चे को इतना कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए कि मेरी कोई गलती नहीं है, और अगर मैं बता रहा हूँ तो ये ना सोचे कि मेरी गलती है और मैं बताऊँगी ना और मैं ये सह। क्योंकि कई बार जो लोग अब्यूजर्स होते हैं, जो छोटे बच्चे
से लीड में लीड वगैरह क्या हुआ इधर नहीं है लीड स्टूल में
So I think it is very important कि हम एक पेज डेवलप कर पाएं. In fact, first time I was very strong as a child in class 9. मुझे बहुत एक्चुअली टेंशन थी कि ये हो रहा है मेरे साथ और मैं मम्मा पापा को कैसे बताऊँ मैं तो क्या पता मैंने इंटरेस्ट शो किया हो आई कॉन्टैक्ट किया हो तो इसलिए मुझे परेशान कर रहे हैं. लेजिट फियर था क्योंकि मेरे बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट है. Like they're very disciplined, very strict, very and very to scold a lot कि आपका एक नंबर कम तो आ गया देखिए हो गया उस तरीके के पेरेंट्स थे. तो मैं तो सोच भी नहीं सकती थी कि मैं उनको ये कैसे बोलूँ कि ये मुझे परेशान कर रहे हैं. I went to my teacher. I didn't go to my parents. I went to my teacher and she guided me. Go tell your parents or whatever. So it is like the role of a teacher is very flexible. और वो यही रोल है स्कूल टाइम जो एक बच्चे का पर्सपेक्टिव बिल्ड करता है उसको मेंटल एक फ्रेमवर्क देता है कि आपको ऑपरेट कैसे करना है आपने हैंडल कैसे करनी है कोई भी सिचुएशन. इसके साइकोलॉजिकल इम्पैक्ट होते हैं. अगर किसी भी बच्चे के साथ भगवान ना करे कुछ हो जाए वो भूल नहीं सकता उस चीज़ को. इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू मूव ऑन मूव आउट ऑफ इट एंड देयर इज एन एलिमेंट ऑफ डिसगस्ट दैट द चाइल्ड क्रिएट्स अराउंड themselves. It's very important to educate them that things are not your fault at times. It's not your fault, you need to understand. It's the fault of the society that we have not been able to educate and create a safe environment for children. It's our failure as a society if anything like that happens.
A very good afternoon to everyone present in this hall. So, first of all, I would like to thank you three for gracing our stage, for sharing your experiences with us, with our small kids. So, ma'am, starting from Harpreet, ma'am, she's super elegant. Ma'am, you look so bossy. You look super cute and you are very elegant, ma'am. These are the assumptions I made about you because you are sitting in front of us. Do you recall any assumptions made about you in any of your time? Like, ma'am is really bossy, but वो मेरा assumption है आपके लिए. क्या आपके लिए किसी ने और कोई assumption ये तो ऐसी है या वैसी है? क्योंकि girls को maximum finally feel करना पड़ता है. बात उन्हें भी नहीं होती है हमारी. We have never talked to that person, but they have made their assumptions about us. I want to ask first of all from ma'am, then you and last you. Please. I hope my question is understood.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I think I have never been mind of anyone's assumptions, and I always try to carry and go on with just my sense कि ये भगवान मेरे से हमेशा मेरे प्रोफेशन से और मेरे आसपास रहने वालों से जस्टिस करवाना और एक पॉजिटिव ऑरा जो है वो ही स्प्रेड करवाना.
Thank you so much.
पुलिस में तो ऐसा है कि हम जहाँ पोस्ट भी नहीं होते हमारी रैपो पहले ही चली जाती है.
Exactly, ma'am. What I mean.
ऐसा है कि जब हम ट्रेनिंग कर रहे थे तो आई टोल्ड यू पीछे रहने वाली मैं हूँ नहीं. तो कई बार ऐसा होता था टास्क जैसे हमारी ट्रेनिंग में माउंटेन क्लाइंबिंग थी, बहुत सारे जैसे अगर असॉल्ट में नेशनल जंगल में आर्मी के अंदर हम कर रहे थे तो बहुत टफ का टेरेन था तो वो मैं सब कर गई. तो मेरी बैचमेट बोलते थे मैडम आप कर लेते हैं तो हमें भी करना पड़ता. तो सॉर्ट ऑफ क्या होता है जब पर्सनैलिटी बड़ी अल्फा होती है, मेल्स के लिए बोलते हैं मैं फीमेल्स के लिए बोलती हूँ, तो हमें ज़्यादा फोकस करना पड़ता है. उसमें क्या है तो उनको मैं थ्रेट लेती हूँ सबको ही. जैसे कई बार लगता है कि assumption ये होता है कि they are feeling I'm fat here. That in the sense मैं तो कुछ नहीं कर रही हूँ. I'm good at heart. I don't feel bad for anybody because अगर मेरा टाइम क्लैपिंग का है तो मुझे मिलेगी, जब उनका आएगा उनको मिलेगी. तो इट्स ओके. मेरे में कोई बायस नहीं है. बट फील होता है. आप कहीं जाते हो, आपको जैसे रीड किया जाता है ना, तो है कि मैं जितना भी, मैं तो जितना हम्बल है रह अब तो मैं यूनिफॉर्म ऐसे रहती हूँ कि आई वेरी हम्बल पर्सन एक्चुअली. तो गुस्सा मैं बहुत ही कम करती हूँ अंडरस्टैंडिंग के जहाँ जरूरत हो. तो समटाइम पीपल से कि आप, और हाँ ये ऐसा है कि ये पैरा के मीडिया है, ये पुलिस, ये कुक्स, ये मैं रिलीज चाहती हूँ कि किसी को पता रहे. अगर मैं शाम को अपना गाड़ी छोड़ देती हूँ तो आई टेक माई व्हीकल एंड गो दैट वे, ताकि मैं एक आम ह्यूमन बीइंग की तरह. लेकिन स्टिल क्या होता है कि ये मैंने बताया कि अगर आप में कुछ है या आप कुछ डिफरेंट हो तो नेचुरली they talk about it and they do talk. I know, but क्या करें, जैसे मैम ने बोला कुछ तो बोलने के लिए है उनके पास, है ना, कुछ नहीं कर सकते. This is our society.
Chambal ma'am, please. We are just giving them the topic to discuss.
Sometimes people talk about things that we don't know about our own selves and we get to know ऐसा है क्या कि ये मुझे भी नहीं पता था. I think the thing ये लड़की फीमेल्स के साथ ज़्यादा होता है क्योंकि whenever you see a female, everybody has an urge to box her, label her. Single है, married है, divorced है, widow है, क्या है. And that is sometimes it's just like, you know, part of somebody's identity, but sometimes it's just vicious. And there is a lot of judgment unnecessarily which shouldn't be there. And at the same time, no matter how much we say कि कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, sometimes maybe at some point it does bother you because now a lot of energy goes into perception management. And it happens for males also. You would be doing constructive work, minding your own business, and some random group of people would be interested in gossiping about you, talking about what you wear, talking about how you look. So and they would not do it on your face, they do it behind your back. So you never have the opportunity to clear the air. So you might as well just ignore. There's a reason that they're doing it behind your back because they are behind you, right? I feel personally that I know my work ethic, I know what I do and how I do it. I know my mindset, my intention, and I am proud of it any day. I can lose anything. If any day I have to do something wrong, I'd rather maybe quit my job than do something wrong. So I know the strength of my character, and everybody should know the strength of their character and their whatever they are, their own identity. Beyond that, I do work where I'm accountable, what my responsibility is, I deliver on everything. There is no question there. And the other thing is that I'm answerable to God, and then my parents, and then to myself, and no one else. I'll do good, but I'm not answerable to anyone. So there is that.
I think I am a very positive person, a good motivator, active listener. What I feel that during my work experience, my staff used to come and share everything, and when they used to come, I used to listen, and then I tell them that okay, this is what is the solution. So I am a solution giver to my staff, to the students, because I know the ins and outs of my children, and they used to come and discuss everything, even petty things with me. So I was very approachable, I was always available and listen to them. That is why I think I am able to maintain my place in that place.
Thank you so very much. A big round of applause for her.
Also, another thing I would like to add is that sometimes, you know, we would think that it's men who are doing the damage at times.
but there are also women who are doing that, which is a sad part. I don't know, and I can't say because it depends on the circumstance and on case situation में क्या हो रहा है. But I genuinely believe that no one should feel that the other person is like a threat, because if somebody is shining and is doing great, and you don't find any reason to criticize them based on their work, you find out some imperfection. You need some imperfection to, not let them have that halo effect. यार सब कुछ ठीक है, कुछ तो इश्यू होगा, कोई तो कमी होगी, इतना परफेक्ट कोई नहीं होता. नहीं होता, ठीक है, आपको नहीं लगता होगा, but my point is that there is space for everyone to succeed. There is space for everyone to shine. You are unique in your own self. I think we should get rid of that comparative mindset. We don't need to take anyone else's space. The world is so huge, the space is so huge for everybody to shine, and no one else should dim your shine, nor should you dim anyone else's shine.
ये जो आना ने बोला, मैं यही कहना चाह रही थी, जस्ट इन वन लाइन, जिस दिन हम फीमेल्स आपस में दोस्त हो जाएंगे ना, कोई कमी नहीं. That's it. We need to look for each other. हमें एक दूसरे की बैक करनी है. That's it.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Amandeep Kaur. My question to Dr. Renu Gupta, former principal of APS Ramana. Ma'am, if you look back and talk to your younger life, what will you say?
This is something very close to my heart, because whenever I go, I always give some kind of a guidance or some motivation to the staff that what is expected from them. Before time is gone. Alright? But you have to teach them that what is their role, what they are going to be after 5 years and 10 years, and how you people are going to prepare them. That is a lot of responsibility. Okay?
Ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. My question is for Miss Anna Jagwal, ma'am. And my question is that, ma'am, what role did your family play in your journey?
So I think my family has had the biggest role to play. And it really starts even before you are born, actually. And I have a huge joint family, and right before I was born, I had consecutively 5 to 6 cousins who were boys. And my father, I was the eldest child of my parents, so when I was born, people actually paid the condolences to my parents. No, they did not celebrate. They were like, oh, baby, okay, कोई बात नहीं, अगली बार बेटा हो जाएगा. So my parents were educated. My mother was a master. She was working as a lecturer. So all the difference that was made was because my parents had the right mindset. That kind of conversations, they infuriated my parents. At that time, like I was just born, that time my parents decided, no matter what, I will make her better than the boys in the family. And in my family, I was never the child who was going around having fun or chilling or anything, dancing at family functions or interacting socializing, never. I was that child who was in the room preparing, studying, doing something constructive all the time. And as a child, it is very frustrating because you think कि सब तो मन कर रहे हैं, मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकती, मैं क्यों नहीं बाहर जा सकती, मैं क्यों नहीं बर्थडे पे जा सकती, मैं क्यों नहीं फ्रेंड्स के साथ हैंग आउट कर सकती. I mean, there needs to be a healthy mix there, but there was a lot that my parents had sacrificed. The first sacrifice they made was to like move me out of that circumstance and put me in a situation where there is more equality, so that it is not hardwired in my brain that I will be able to come home and कुछ भी उससे निकलेगा. So I had the privilege to go to a school which was girls' school, and my entire 12 years, I was a boy.
hard for something with all your sincerity, even if you lose. Because you are in the right direction. Right direction is way more important than easy success and bad means to success and the wrong kind of success. It is better to lose in the right direction than to win in the wrong direction, is what I feel. And at that time, I really had a shift in my mindset when my father said that. Because he said that the people out there are doing wrong things and they are actually confidently and proudly walking out anywhere, like everything. And you are just a child who's trying to achieve something, be ambitious and do something nice in your life. Why must you get bogged down because some XYZ person has to comment कि इन कोई मतलब बहुत इन कोई smart नहीं है या इतना कुछ नहीं. That's just you. You throw lemon right, you just take lemonade out of it. And one more thing. After I was born, my sister was born. So there were double the condolences. And I tell you. So my sister is doing even better than me, I would say. Because you know, we were told that you have to set the benchmark high. Because after you, the other girls in the family would be looking at you. All eyes are on you. So I didn't happen to be the first child. They actually decided to send me to Delhi. Even when there were like so many bad criminal cases out there making the news, they still had that faith कि ठीक है जाएगी करने के लिए. She's meritorious and she's too good. और वहाँ पे like then everything went on and now I'm here. There is way more to do and I could feel sitting here that I haven't reached my potential or this is not it. I need to do so much more. But I do believe in timing and I do believe in destiny. But at the same time, I do believe in flexibility and having the right mindset and attitude towards things. Because the biggest and the most important thing that you can cultivate is resilience towards failures. Once you are resilient and you have faith in your work and effort, a failure really isn't a failure. You can just move past it and like reach whatever it is.
I hope everyone sitting in this room has something to take away with themselves today. Yes, exactly. They will be taking so many things with them. Their life journey, their experiences, they will definitely integrate in their lives. Thank you to all of you that you answered all the questions very gracefully, and I hope the purpose of sitting here has been fulfilled for these young girls. And just short, we'll conclude this TED Talk with a question. Yes, ma'am, please.
I really feel happy and blessed कि हमारे तीनों डिग्नेटरीज ने बड़े शॉर्ट टाइम में लाइफ की डिफरेंट वॉक्स को हमारे ऑडियंस, हमारी यंग लेडीज, हमारे टीचर्स के सामने रखा है. लास्ट में मेरा एक छोटा सा है अपने डिग्नेटरी से कि एक पॉइंट पे वो ज़रूर अपना मैसेज, अपना कमेंट हमारे ऑडियंस को दे के जाए. बिकॉज आज के टाइम में जो AI और टेक्नोलॉजी जो है वो एक इम्पॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट बन चुकी है हमारी लाइफ का. और हमारे साथ डॉक्टर रेणु गुप्ता मैम बैठे हैं. तो ये मैं SSP मैम से बात कर रही थी कि ये दुर्गम दौर के प्रिंसिपल रही हैं. उस टाइम पे इनके पास इतने टेक्नोलॉजी वाइज इतने सोर्सेज नहीं थे. इन्होंने अपनी सेल्फ क्रिएटिविटी से जो बच्चों की अपब्रिंगिंग की है, जो अपनी जनरेशन की, जो अपने नेशन बिल्डर्स की ग्रूमिंग की है, दैट इज रियली वेरी एक्नॉलेजेबल फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस. तो मैं चाहूँगी कि उस दौर का आज के टाइम से मैम कंपैरिजन करते हुए मैडम अपना कोई मैसेज बच्चों को ज़रूर दें. और SSP मैडम, आना मैम जहाँ लॉ एंड ऑर्डर और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से हमारे साथ बैठे हैं, ये भी आज के दौर में हमारी सोसाइटी में कैसे इस चीज़ चीज़ को देख रहे हैं और कैसे बैलेंस बनाना है, ये थोड़ा सा नाम प्लीज आप बच्चों को जरूर बताएं।
देखिए, दुर्गम दौर इनके लिए भी था तो हमारे लिए भी था। हमारे लिए ऐसे था कि आप लोगों के पास बहुत सारी नॉलेज है, हमारे पास थी। हमारी नॉलेज, जैसे मैंने पहले बताया, बुक्स थी और एक सन करके एक पैम्फलेट आता था, वो बाहर से आता था, वो हम पढ़ते थे, फिर हमें मालूम होता था ये सिंगर वहाँ का हिट है, और जो भी ऐसे कैसेट्स होती थी, तो ये हमारी लाइफ थी उस टाइम पे। तो जो आज ये AI और ये चैट GPT और कैनवा एवरीथिंग, ये जो सब है, इसमें कहीं ना कहीं हमारा टैलेंट जा रहा है। आई यूज टू राइट पोएम्स ऑल्सो, मैं लिखती भी हूँ। तो खैर पुलिस में आके छूट गया थोड़ा सा, तो लेकिन कभी शायद बुक लिख दूँ तो आप लोगों को बता दूँगी। तो ये है कि जो आपका टैलेंट है ना राइटिंग का, उसको वेस्ट मत जाने दीजिए। और तो आजकल हम भी चैट GPT भी सभी बना रहे हैं, तो वी कांट इग्नोर इट, बट एट द सेम टाइम आपको उसको जो यूज़ करना है बड़े ध्यान से करना है। कहीं ना कहीं आप ट्रैक हो रहे हैं, कहीं ना कहीं आपके टाइमलाइन बन रही है, ये सब देखिए। आप क्या सर्च करते हैं इसका भी ध्यान रखिए, ठीक है ना। ये जब टेक्नोलॉजी क्या कहते हैं, विद ग्रेट पावर कम्स ग्रेट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज भी होता है ना। पावर्स तो दे दी हमें, अब हमने उसको यूज़ करना है, उसको वेपन नहीं बनाना है अपने अगेंस्ट। स्पेशली मैं फीमेल, आजकल फीमेल मेल एक ही बात है, आजकल कोई भी टारगेट हो सकता है। सो इसलिए आप जो ये नई टेक्नोलॉजी है, इस नई टेक्नोलॉजी को भी यूज़ करिए, पर बड़े ध्यान से अंडरस्टैंड करिए। एटलीस्ट वो क्या है उसको अंडरस्टैंड करिए, बिकॉज इग्नोरेंस में गलती हो सकती है। अगर नॉलेज होगी तो गलती नहीं होगी। वो जो आपकी लाइन है ना, आपने उसको क्रॉस नहीं करना। क्रॉस की तो फिर फंस जाएंगे कहीं ना कहीं पे, है ना। वल्नरेबल है ये सब, हम भी, आप भी, एवरीबडी। नुकसान पैसे से लेके हर चीज का हो सकता है, isn't it? गर्ल्स, यंग लेडीज, ओके, अंडरस्टैंड कर रहे हैं ना आप? ठीक है ना, थैंक यू।
Today we are not talking about the inequality, about the girls, boys, age. That inequality is not there. We are talking of equality. Okay? Please carry this word with you. No girl student is deprived of any job anywhere. Okay? The only thing is that you have to be strong enough to sustain. Okay? You have to develop yourself in such a manner, okay? And your abilities and capabilities are not diminished. Alright? So that equality, when that equality is there, so what is duty and the responsibility, as ma'am said, your digital footprints, okay, are very important. See yourself, what you are doing, take the corrective measure there and then. So that is possible only when you have developed your mindset in that. Alright? Every time nobody can be after you, do this, do that. That time is gone. You have grown up and you are living in AI time. That was, ma'am said, you compare. My time was ladder time. We had to step up. Okay. Now it is networking time, that web time. Alright? So what does it mean? You have to develop the capacity of networking. What we are gaining, what we are giving back. That is important. Okay? Should be the mantra. If I am giving this, I am gaining this much. So that the world
now from what they have experienced in their time. That is true. And I do believe that there are different challenges, constraints, and good things about every generation. The biggest challenge that I feel in our generation at the moment is, yes, there was no information before, but now there is terrible amount of misinformation. This is the age of misinformation and overexposure of information, and the biggest problem that is still not regulated, and there is not, internet really becomes a double-edged sword now. Because you require it, it has become indispensable. At the same time, it is very difficult to regulate the usage of internet. And the biggest challenge, I'm not sure if this is a suitable platform, but anyway, everybody knows a lot of things, and I would like to talk about is that there is a lot of sexualization on the internet. And a lot of children, minors are exposed to that information. And that really needs to be regulated. There are certain things that you need to know when you come of age. Knowing certain kinds of information at a very young age distracts the mind in a very bad way. So I generally believe that there needs to be regulation, and this is something which is more important at the parental level. At the same time, it's for children, because internet is working as a distraction. We need to understand that it is a business for somebody. The time you spend on the internet, somebody is earning money out of it. And that's, how they say in the tech world that when you are not buying the product, you are the product. So we need to remind ourselves that all the time. I won't go into how that is happening. I'm sure you guys are smart enough and will understand. But please understand how to draw a healthy boundary. You don't need to indulge in things at the moment you have no need of. This is a very crucial age. This is your make and break age, Next, I won't even say 5 years, next 10 years are very crucial to you. You have to work hard, because now it is not about information or opportunities or सहूलियत की बात ही नहीं रही है, मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ की बात है. सबके पास सहूलियत है, सबके पास इंफॉर्मेशन है, सबके पास एवेन्यूज है. आपको फोकस रखना है, एंड फोकस हैज बिकम लाइक द बिगेस्ट चैलेंज नाउ. Over reliance on technology and over reliance on AI, you really need to understand that should be supplementary to what you actually think. They should not make you work. You make it work. So don't reduce your own mental faculties and cognitive abilities by over-reliance on technology. And even in school, I would also suggest that activities be, strictly no phones, and children must be forced by activities to think critically, independently, and originally, unbiased. That is because that is something that you will go in any field, because automation in different fields is happening. Any work that is redundant is getting obsolete because the system can do it now. What is more rewarding now is critical thinking, original thinking, and creativity. So you cannot develop it when you are constantly feeding off of information on the internet and not thinking at all. And go back to books. Because the way you interact with the book is way better than how you interact or Google anything. It had such a beauty when we used to, let's say prepare for a debate or something or any subject matter. It used to be quite a process that we used to go through. We used to go to libraries and then find books on those subjects and find pages कि कौन सा suitable है, कौन सा क्या है, create a structure, pros and cons, arguments, thesis, antithesis. It used to be a very holistic process, and debates and these activities are not entirely for that particular activity, it is also for the process. Now we are just asking ChatGPT to prepare a debate or extempore or anything. So I think spontaneity is something that the school can also focus on, and I'm sure it's already happening. So yeah, I would like to wish a happy Women's Day to all of you. Thank you so much.
One last question from our chairman, sir. He has something to ask. Please, sir.
थैंक यू दमन। हमने सुना है कि हर आदमी के पीछे एक औरत का हाथ होता है उसकी सक्सेस का। उसका मतलब और कुछ निकालता था, वो बहुत पावरफुल होता है, वो उसको गाइड करता है। तो आज के कार्यक्रम से मुझे लगता है कि अगर मैं सक्सेस हूँ तो मेरी उसके पीछे सबसे बड़ी मेरी दादी माँ का रोल था, उसके बाद मेरी माँ का रोल था, उसके बाद मेरी बहन का रोल था, उसके बाद मेरी पत्नी का रोल है। ये चीज़ मुझे वुमेन ने ही सिखाई है। मैं थोड़ी देर पहले कह रहा था वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट। मैं कहता हूँ आज मैं सांस ले रहा हूँ तो मुझे किसी औरत ने जन्म दिया। आज मैं बोल रहा हूँ किसी मुझे औरत ने सिखाया है। तो औरत ना होती तो ये दुनिया भी ना होती। तो मुझे लगता है आज हमने इस प्रोग्राम में जो सुना है और जो महसूस किया है, मेरी अपनी 50 इयर्स की लाइफ में मैंने इसका एंजॉय भी किया है। तो एक पार्ट हमसे आज मिस हो गया है। अगर यहाँ मदर्स होती बच्चों के साथ तो ये हमारा 100% हो जाता है। तो मैं अपनी टीम को एडवाइस करूँगा कि ऐसे प्रोग्राम आप फिक्स कर लो और इसमें पेरेंट्स मदर को भी इन्वॉल्व कर लो। अगर मैं गंदा हूँ तो मेरी माँ के कारण हूँ, अगर मैं अच्छा हूँ मेरी माँ के कारण हूँ। मैं अगर बहुत अपनी बहन की इज्जत करता हूँ तो मैं बाकियों की बेटियों की भी इज्जत करूँगा। तो वो कल्चर घर से ही तैयार होता है और उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा रोल जो माँ को होता है, क्योंकि अभिमन्यु की मदर ना सोती तो आज वो व्यू चक्कर से बाहर आ जाता। तो आप सबका बहुत ही मुझे लगता है कि ये जो जगह है मंदिर बनी हुई है इस वक्त, हम सब देवियों को यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं और हमारे बच्चे बहुत कुछ सीख रहे हैं। ऐसे इवेंट्स के लिए मैं कंग्रेट्स करूँगा अपनी पूरी टीम को। और एक क्वेश्चन मैं प्रिंसिपल मैम से करूँगा कि मैम आपने तो हर स्टेज क्रॉस कर लिया, एज ए डॉटर भी रहे, एज ए वाइफ भी रहे, आप मदर भी हैं। अब भगवान ने हमारे वो जैसे पता चला आपके कहने से की डेथ हो गई है, अब आप अकेले लाइफ जी रहे हो, मतलब कि उनके बिना, जबकि मुझे लगता है कि 50 के बाद उनकी बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत होती है। तो क्या हमें जब कोई मुश्किल आए तो हार जाना चाहिए या उससे लड़ना चाहिए और उस टाइम को कैसे निकालना है? जैसे पिछले दिनों मेरी मासी जी, उनका एक बेटा एक्सपायर हो गया। वो यंग था, बहुत अच्छा था, सब कुछ उनको देखता था और वो उसको कॉप अप नहीं कर पा रहे। तो मुझे लगता है आप जब कोई मुश्किल घड़ी आती है तो आपने तो सारा दौर देख लिया है, तो उसमें हमें किस तरह कहाँ पे जाना चाहिए? मैं एक चीज़ यहाँ भूल गया कि जब मैं दादी जी की बात करता हूँ तो दादी मुझे गुरुद्वारा लेके जाते थे, तो वहाँ मुझे गुरु ग्रंथ साहब पढ़ने का मौका मिला। अगर गुरु ग्रंथ साहब जी से मुझे पता चला कि 500 साल पहले गुरु नानक जी ने बोला था, सो क्यों मंदार के जितने राजा, हम उस औरत को कैसे कह सकते हैं अच्छी ने जो राजा को जन्म देती है। तो जब कोई मुश्किल घड़ी आती है औरत को किस तरफ जाके कैसे उसको ये अपने आप को पूरा कंट्रोल करना होता है, अपने आप को उस चीज़ से कैसे बचना होता है, वो थोड़ा सा आप हमें बताइए, मुश्किल घड़ी को कैसे आसान करना है। थैंक यू।
वो होता है जब आप रेजिलियंस डेवलप ट्रेनिंग, तो मुझे लगता था कि नहीं, ये घर में ही रहना है मुझे. So how I survived? The first thing was that I made up my mind कि मुझे इसको ओवरकम करना है. अगर वो थिंकिंग नहीं आए तो फिर तो हम वो स्टेप नहीं ले सकते. So that one step is very important कि मुझे इसमें से निकलना है. अब उसको निकलने के लिए what I did was the first thing that I had this thing in mind कि मुझे इतने साल सब कुछ सीख करके कम से कम मेरी ड्यूटी है सोसाइटी में हैंड ओवर करने. दैट वाज माय रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड दैट वाज माय आइडिया. तो मुझे लगा कि एटलीस्ट आई स्टार्ट विद दैट ओनली बिकॉज दैट आई वांटेड टू डू एंड आई रिवाइव्ड. ओके, और मैंने लिखना शुरू कर दिया. और वो जो लिखना था, मैंने क्या लिखा? The first thing was end of a journey, beginning of a new chapter. जैसे मैं अपने आप को सिखा रही थी कि अब आपको उसमें से निकल जाना. That was a lesson for myself कि मुझे उसमें से निकलना है. So I was preparing myself कि मुझे इसमें से एक कदम निकालना है. जो हो गया सो हो गया. I have to look up to my children and now I have to settle down and do something constructive for the society, for the people, for the children. Okay? And second article was, first was on the end of the journey, second was that what I have learned from the life lessons. कि हम सारी जिंदगी ये सोचते रहे कि बाद में करेंगे, और जब करने का टाइम आया तो he was not there with me. Okay, so I wanted to convey some messages to the people that enjoy the present. कि जो present है, don't leave things for the future. Enjoy your present. Okay, कि what I have suffered, people should not suffer in life. Alright, so that was my second article. Then third was that I gradually, there was 5th September and I wanted to give some directions to the teachers. I wrote one article for the teachers. Then 14th November I wrote for the children and then for the parents. So gradually what happened? These were my favorite things close to me कि मुझे कुछ करना है. So I started. It depends कौन क्या करना चाहता है. जो भी उनको लगे कि मुझे ये चीज करनी चाहिए, they must take a step forward. Okay? So this is how gradually my healing also happened. I have not forgotten my husband. Okay? But I have diverted myself to some constructive way that this is my responsibility towards the society. And then gradually I became the CBSE master trainer. I go to the schools, I meet the staff, I meet the children, I conduct workshops on general etiquette, emotional intelligence, interpersonal skills, leadership. So these are certain areas which I find are important for the children, for the staff. So that is how I coped up, and I don't ever wish that somebody should be in such a environment, but in case there is, so try to be resilient, develop that resilience and come out of your this thing adversity so that you can contribute constructively. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So once again, thank you to all the dignitaries. Your every conversation, every reword were thought-provoking for everyone sitting around here. I firmly believe that the time we are living in today is a historical moment as we all are out of the patriarchal norms that existed before, and today we are shattering them all one by one. Every single day, we as women are breaking the barriers and chains.
So yes, to all the women, all you need is to grow, to learn, get ambitions and get your last before you achieve your dreams. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, our esteemed dignitaries. Your words have not only answered our questions, but you also have ignited dreams in the hearts of our students. And thank you, Nirmala, for handling the stage so gracefully.
जहाँ शब्द कम पड़ जाते हैं वहाँ संगीत बोलता है. Now get ready to feel the rhythm of empowerment. I invite Shubhlata ma'am to present a soulful song dedicated to womanhood. Let's welcome her with a huge round of applause.
पहले तो आप सभी को हैप्पी वुमेंस डे। मैं जो गाना गा रही हूँ इसमें शुरुआत से लेकर अभी तक महिलाओं का क्या सफ़र रहा है उसका वर्णन है कि कहाँ से निकली है और कहाँ तक महिला पहुँची है। तो मेरा जो गाना है उसकी एंड वाली जो लाइन है जो आपको मेरे साथ रिपीट करनी है। जब मैं कहूँगी मैं शक्ति हूँ तो आपको रिपीट करना है मैं कर सकती हूँ। ओके, मैं शक्ति हूँ, कर सकती हूँ, हाँ मैं शक्ति हूँ। क्लियर? जब भी ये लाइन आएगी आपको रिपीट करना है। मैम आप भी जी। बेड़ियों को चुप्पियों को तोड़ के चली हूँ मैं, तेज है मेरी लहर तूफानों से लड़ी हूँ मैं, सांस ले रही थी कब से आज जी रही हूँ मैं, शान है मेरी जो उस पे हक से खड़ी हूँ आज मैं, हिंदुस्तान की बेटी हूँ जो चाहे पाके रहती हूँ, मैं शक्ति हूँ, मैं शक्ति हूँ, कर सकती हूँ, मैं शक्ति हूँ। क्रूरता का शूरता से देती हूँ जवाब में, जंग हो या झुंड हो मशाल मेरे हाथ है, विश्व के उजालों में हूँ देश का चिराग में, हिंदुस्तान की बेटी हूँ मैं गर्व उसका रखती हूँ, मैं शक्ति हूँ, मैं शक्ति हूँ, हाँ मैं शक्ति हूँ, हाँ मैं शक्ति हूँ। आवाज जोश थोड़ा कम आ रहा है, मजा नहीं आ रहा मुझे, तो ऊंची आवाज में। मेरी हो या सायना, मिथाली हो या कल्पना, इन्हीं से लेके प्रेरणा है इनके जैसा बनना, हिजाब पहनूं या चुनर कम कहाँ मेरा हुनर, हिंदुस्तान की बेटी हूँ मैं शान से ये कहती हूँ, मैं शक्ति हूँ, कर सकती हूँ, मैं शक्ति हूँ, कर सकती हूँ, हाँ मैं शक्ति हूँ, हाँ मैं शक्ति हूँ। तीर भी चलाती हूँ, उड़ाती हूँ रफेल भी, उड़ा दे सबके होश ऐसे खेलती हूँ खेल भी, परवाज ले चुकी हूँ मैं ना अब है मुड़ के देखना, हिंदुस्तान की बेटी हूँ आजाद होके रहती हूँ, मैं शक्ति हूँ, कर सकती हूँ, मैं शक्ति हूँ, कर सकती हूँ, हाँ मैं शक्ति हूँ, हाँ मैं शक्ति हूँ, हाँ मैं शक्ति हूँ। थैंक यू।
What a mesmerizing song. Audience, let's give an energetic round of applause.
सम्मान देना एक कला है, और आज हम सम्मानित मेहमानों को अपनी कृतज्ञता व्यक्त करना चाहती हूँ। I request
our chairman sir and AO sir to please come on the stage.
I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly present the memento as a token of gratitude to Ms. Anna Jambal, JKS Tehsildar Nagri. Now, I again request our esteemed dignitaries to present the memento as a token of gratitude to Mrs. Manjeet Kaur, SSP, Police Training School, Kathua. A heartfelt round of applause.
Thank you all the dignitaries.
I request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly present a hamper to our guest, to esteemed guest, Dr. Renu Gupta, former principal, AP Sahana.
Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. Now, I invite our Vice Principal, Ms. Damanpreet Kaur, for vote of thanks.
On the behalf of Qatar Public School, I extend my gratitude to Mrs. Manjeet Kaur, SSP, Police Training School, Kathua, for inspiring us with her journey and her graceful words. I extend my gratitude to Ms. Anna Jambal, JKAS, Tehsildar Nagri, for sparing her time and sharing her insights with us. I further extend my thanks and regards to Dr. Renu Gupta, former principal, APS Dumana, who is nurturing the young minds every day and has nurtured us with her powerful words. I further extend my thanks to our worthy chairman, sir, principal ma'am, and all the staff members, those who have contributed in this event. I also thank the media person for giving on-spot coverage and collaboration every time we are seeking for. I also extend my thanks to E Square Hotels for arranging these arrangements for us. I would like to thank the every pillar of this institution, from our chairman, sir, to principal ma'am, to the teachers and to the students, those who are joined with us today. Lastly, we all are here who has embraced women today. So I would conclude today's event with the line, let us promise today to respect a woman, to support a woman, to uplift a woman, not just today, but every single day. नारी सिर्फ एक शब्द नहीं, एक पूरी कहानी है, संघर्ष की मिसाल, सफलता की निशानी है. Let's bring this event to a grand closure with a cake cutting ceremony. I request all the dignitaries to kindly join us downstairs near the tables, and I request all the girls and teachers to accompany us near the stage. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead. Happy Women's Day to all.
Let the shorter ones come in front.
कुछ टीचर इधर भी आ सकता है ना, उनको उधर बुलाऊंगा.
Teachers, please this side आ जाइए. Teachers यहाँ से.
Everyone, look here.
Congratulations.